Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's windy as hell out here, but we're going to try and do our best with what we've got. So today I want to fit the flares, or at least two of the flares, onto one side of the car, truck, whatever you want to call it. So this one I've already cut out. It was previously cut out for the old flares. I've got these flares here, which I got from 09 Racing in Japan. They literally, I ordered them and they came within less than a week. It was unbelievable how quick they came. But yeah, they're quite big. So they were bigger than the original flares that I had. So I've made what I've done here, this is the driver's side front panel. What I've done is with an angle grinder I cut out, and then after I marked it up, and then I've bent it over just with pliers, a lip of about 10 mil all the way around, just to give the body some structure still, so the panel's got some structure. Well, I suppose the flare could hold it in place once you put it there, but I mean the edges were a bit rough anyway, and I almost cut my finger on one just a minute ago, but that's how I did that. Now for the back, I don't think I really want to. Let's go have a look quickly. If you can see under here, but I don't know if I really want to cut any further, because here it's dark as shit, but up there is, up here, I don't know if I want to cut any further, even though you can see there's a fair bit of room up there to fit the flare, just because the inner guard, the inner tub is there. So and we've obviously got enough clearance anyway, even if I put a bigger wheel and tyre. I might see if I can take a little bit of that off at the edge there, but probably won't make much difference inside there. I could take a little bit off there because the guard goes that way. Because if I cut any higher, it's not going to make a difference because the tub is there. So unless I do something with the tubs, which I'm not going to. So I mean, it fits fairly snugly around the edges. Looks okay. I'm going to do the other side today, not this side, although this one's just sitting there. I haven't drilled any holes yet. But as you can see, we've got plenty of room for a fatter wheel tyre combo. These wheels I'm actually going to look and see if I can fit. They're S13 teardrop wheels. Going to see if they would fit on my newly acquired S12, which they should. I'd prefer to go 14s with deep dish for the S12, but these might do the job as opposed to what they're currently. Alright, so what I've also done, I've got to put a riv nut in there, but I've put riv nuts there and I've got little Torx that I can screw down. I've also got a bunch of this stuff from Clark Rubber. It's a little P section. So yeah, it's just going to run around the edges. I'll just trim it and then obviously make the cuts where I need to fit the bolts. That should go around the edges nicely and neatly. So let's test fit this first one before we do anything. So it looks like that one I'm going to have to maybe cut out the hole in the fiberglass just a bit bigger so it fits where I put the riv nut, because it's slightly off. All the others fit fine, but if I put all of them in, that one is a bit off, so I'll have to see. Let me put it together and try it. Okay, so as we can see, that's one, that's not one, that's another one, and that's the third one. This is slightly off, so I'll drill it out, but I just realized before I do that I should actually put the P section in behind it to see how it changes the way it all sits. That actually doesn't look too bad. That's supposed to be for a rivet, but I'm wondering if I just put in a riv nut anyway. It'll look all uniform. Here, didn't really change much. But yeah, it looks alright. See, I could put just another riv nut there, and off you go. That looks pretty neat. Not too bad. Obviously this lip needs a bit of a sand down. That looks alright actually. Pretty happy with that. I love these things, riv nuts. Such a good tool. So easy to use. Let's see if it lines up. Alright, lines up well enough. There. That one's good. That's fine. As is that. Let's put it into place and then have a look at these ones. I'm going to go for M4 size instead of M5 for these ones on the end, which means I'll have to get matching Torx. And the reason I'm using Torx is because I assume at some point someone's going to try and take these off the vehicles, so Torx are a little bit harder to come by. A lot of people carry around Allen keys, obviously. A bit paranoid, but fuck, you never know. Dribbling blood everywhere. Make sure you scrape off the or you sand down or file down the leftover metal at the bottom so you don't cut yourself like I do. Perfect. There you go. Really pissed me off that I don't have them, but that one I'm going to push just a little bit over like that, so it will pull right in and it will keep that nice and tight. That'll push in nicely. The rest are good. I'll just give it one last tighten when I finally put it all together, including the M4s. I should have gone for the M5s, I might do that for the back one. And yeah, alright, what I'm going to do, sand this lip off, just give it a sand over so it's rough, put some undercoat on it. I might also just seal up the panel itself with undercoat too, because already getting some surface rust here and there, so we can worry about proper paint down the track, but just some undercoat to cover it up will be good. Now we're looking a bit better. Okay. Yep, rough job, but damn, it's windy out here. Shit getting on there already. It's drying nicely. Oops, a bit wet there still. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Let that dry while I work on sanding and painting the flare. Little imperfection there, so I missed a spot there. Little bump there. Oop. Still drying. Fuck. Alright, so we'll just sand it down lightly, give it one light sand down just to knock off these higher patches. Looks alright otherwise. Then I'll just hit it with the satin black and off we go. Okay, so just putting on tape, trying to hold it in place as best as possible. Which is not that easy with this tape, it's not that sticky unfortunately. Go down a bit. I might need to trim that off at the bottom. but we'll see. Look, okay. This is going to be harder because I can't move the part around like the other one. I can take it off, move it everywhere. This is just obviously a solid fixed piece. It's got so many holes for the canopy on it. I hate that. I have to figure, well, I'm going to have to lock those holes up at some point. Alright, so let's have a closer look quickly. Yeah, so I'm not sure how that's all going to play out down there. I'll try and get it as in as I can, but there's a bit of a gap. These are never perfect, unfortunately. Sitting over like that. Yeah, it's fat, isn't it? It sticks out far. Alright, let's drill some pilot holes. Okay, let's do a test fit. That turned out pretty good in the end. With the rubber around the edge, it just makes it so much neater. That'll be perfect once I screw it down. The paint there looks fine, the undercoat, it'll do for the moment. Yeah, that, again, just screw that down, done. Oop, what's going on there? Anyway. The paint, there's a couple of runs here on the black. There, I'll have to sand it down anyway. Obviously there's a scratch. It's not really flat black, which is what I was hoping for. So I've got to get a couple of cans of flat black and go over that. Let's put it on the car and see how it looks. Alright, that's it on the car. I'm missing a wheel, so I can't wheel it out. Let me have a closer look. I don't have a jack, so I can't put it down. The offset of the front makes the wheel stick out, so that doesn't look too bad once it's down. The rear one, there's a lot of room to fill up there, so in those guards. So we'll get into that once we get into wheel selection. But yeah, there's plenty of room there to fill up. Now it's not perfect down here, unfortunately. I might try and fill around with it more, but I've already put the riv nuts in, so it's going to be a bit of a pain to really solve that problem. That's why it doesn't hurt having the rubber through it. But yeah, as you can see, it's not bad, but I mean down here it's a bit shitty. I wonder if I just trim some of that off and make it fit a bit better. But it looks good all the way around the edge. It looks good on this side too, that's not too bad. Might put decide whether I put a riv nut either here or underneath there. It's really nicely fitted over the molds here, so that's the problem. The molds there fit, down there not so much. And if I come to this side, that mold there probably can go up a bit, which is okay because down there that works. This one looks like it fits a lot better, so I don't know if you can see that well, but once you put the rubber in there, that's going to be perfect. So, and here matches up too, so, and there as well. So it's a bit annoying that this one fits better than the other one. And now just for the last panel, which is the passenger side one, let me move this out of the way. I haven't touched for a while, but I have been panel beating along there and along here. There's a whole bunch of, if you can see it or not, there's a whole bunch of like little dings and ripples that I'm trying to sort out. I sorted out the front area, And then I had a few weeks off and I got back into the rear area. Trying to get along this crease was really difficult with the dolly, and as a consequence I started fucking up all along here, so all those dents were gone before and I had to actually clean them up, but because I had a break from panel beating, and when you get back into it and if you haven't done it for a while, it's very easy to start messing up if you're not paying attention, and that's what I did. So I was in a bit of a rush, I thought I had it down and I made a mess. So that one's going to need a bit of work, plus I'm going to need to cut that out. Maybe I just do that anyway. Hey, let's see if I can test fit it. Okay, holes are drilled. What I do with the drill bit is just start, oops, sorry, I'm in the shadow there. What I do is just start from a small one, work my way up until I get the right size. The M5 nuts fit into there, or nutserts, whatever they. Wish me luck. One thing I will say is angle grinders are not the best for this job. Obviously you can't cut straight, so there's a bit of tidying up to do. I'll probably have to lip that, maybe grind a bit of that down along there. Some sharp bits here, watch out, don't cut yourself. But other than that, there's enough of a, so I can fold it about 1 centimeter all the way around the edge like I did the other one. And we should have a fairly firm shape then. Put the riv nuts in, put the rubber around the edge, put the flare on, and it should hold. So that's pretty much it. It's actually not that hard, it's just having the balls to cut into this, but I mean that's a repo part anyway, so I don't really give a shit. The original part got damaged in the move of the car at one point, so I just have to make do with these ones. They'll be alright. If they don't turn out good enough, I'll get another set and start it again and be a little bit more careful with some of the stuff. But I'll do the same process because it seems to work. Worked on the other side fine. So there you have it. Just quickly to show you how I do it. Just get some big ass pliers like this. Grab about 1 centimeter, fold it over like that. So I hope the camera, that was in camera. If not, shit. Alright. Basically like that. Try and be as neat as possible, obviously. Then what you do is you flip it over on a bench. You put a dolly into the edge there, on the corner. Get the hammer, without cutting myself. You basically put the dolly here, get a hammer and tap all the way around. Pretty straightforward. You'll get a nice even lip all along there. Just keep banging it until you get the lip. Obviously don't try not to distort the shape of the actual panel, and you'll be good. Okay, so the paint on this actually turned out pretty good, the undercoat. It's only just temporary anyway, so no big deal. There's a few runs on this, but I wanted to test fit it first before I sand it back. It's supposed to be satin black. It looks a bit, I guess it's satin black, but I wanted it to be more matte black. So what I'm going to do is sand it down and get some matte black and actually paint it matte black. But yeah, it really fit well. Even down here, once I put that M4 bolt in there and it tightens that down, that'll be great. The bumper sits here, so it's sort of going to cover that anyway. And I suppose I could recut a new plastic, or whatever you call this, the rubber bit, and curl it around and just maybe stick it on the back somehow so it just sort of seamlessly wraps around there. But that's alright, it does the job anyway. So yeah, it looks okay. Pretty happy with it. On the flip side, this one, as I said, fits well, but I'm not going to paint that at the moment because obviously I've only got the satin black paint at the moment. I need to get some flat black, so yeah, I'll just leave that there for the moment. I'll see if I can fill around with that bottom part a little bit more, see if I can do anything with it. Might need to drill some more holes, yay. But anyway, until next time, just a quick update on that as well. Because of the lockdown that's going on currently here, this truck is not where I live, so it's a bit far away to get to, which is why it's sometimes slow to give the updates. But because of that, I don't know when I can give the next update. It's going to be another few weeks, which is a shame because I think I was about to start this car, but that's not happening for another few weeks, unfortunately. So stay tuned. I'll try and give some updates on the B310 and the S12 in the meantime. A few mods that I'm going to do on those. But yeah, the Ute is going to not go on a hiatus, but it will be a little while before I can get some other updates. Anyway, until next time, see you around.